Have you ever encountered a hurdle with launching or growing your business? Listen, there are two things that run a business, the back end and your soft skills.
Telling you right now, if these aren't in place, you'll lose clients and you'll lose money. You don't want that? Well, you're in the right place.
Hey, I'm Dana.
Hey, I'm Sara.
We're your hosts of the Entrepreneur Encounter, and we're going to give you a behind-the-scenes glance into our businesses, give you genuine feedback, tips and tricks, plus occasionally bring on guests that care about supporting you to grow your business organically and nurturing authentic relationships. Are you ready?
Welcome back to Entrepreneur Encounter. This is going to be part 2. Last week, we talked about part 1 and discussed the importance of curiosity in entrepreneurship. And today we are going to discuss building connections and creating value. Connections is just another way to say building relationships and continue to do so. When you're starting out as an entrepreneur, not only are you curious, but it's good to reach out to like-minded people to make connections, which is vital to your forever growing business. Everyone's business is different, so therefore everybody's needs are going to be different, but there's still going to be some aspects of your business that you're going to do the same. And as you build connections, obviously building those relationships, you want to be successful, and not only yourself, but you want to help others be successful as well.
What are some ways that I feel like you've been building connections, like genuine connections? This is something I probably could talk forever about. So I'm just going to shamelessly plug, if you're interested in figuring out this in your own life and business, schedule a call with us or hit me up in the DMs, because I love generating intentional touch points and workflows and like building that rapport and trust through connections. Some ways that I've been doing that, and I think, Sara, you have been too, is attending local networking events. In your state, I've been going to a weekly meeting, and I get to connect with local business owners and professionals in my area and learn more about their industry and how they serve their clients, and then see how I can support them and vice versa. I get the opportunity, I think I have touched on this before, that I get to present like 60 seconds every week, like what I'm working on or lowest common denominator, explain my services, because not everyone understands what an OBM or VA or any of those acronyms, CRM. But honestly, if they're like my dad, they don't know what a virtual assistant is in the first place. So it's a lot of educating those around me what my niche is and how I honed it to match my skill set, and how I use that to help other people. And then they can, in turn, when they talk to people in their circles, connect me with people who have frustrations that I can 100% support. Me and Sara connected online in a Facebook group somewhere.
Yeah.
I don't know at this point. I don't remember which one. But we both connected. We both built businesses online. We're both online business managers, but we specialize in vastly different things. So we make connections. Our conversations are different, but we've learned how we can support each other. She loves working with podcasters and doing the HR things that honestly, I probably need to go to myself. And then I focus on workflows and systems and operations. I geek out on how to, like I said, make those connections, but automate them. So it's less for you to do physically, but you're still building that rapport that you want to.
When I started my business, I didn't realize that I could go to like local networking groups only because like I thought, well, because I'm an online service provider, that I need to solely connect with people online. That is far from the truth. So if you have the opportunity, I'd highly recommend going to a networking group in your local area, because it is beneficial. And it's not necessarily to get work, because obviously, yes, we all want to make money, but like you have to make those connections and those touch points and have conversations, because if you are an online service provider, people probably don't know about you. You know, if you're not connected online, like on social media. So when you go to these networking groups, you can have these conversations. For example, so when I go to my networking group, I have yet to meet anybody that does the things I do. So it's really cool to have conversations with people and be able to explain what I do, and not to be salesy, but obviously like to educate them. Education and conversations are the two main things that help you when you go to a networking group.
I think it's also a wonderful opportunity for you to learn yourself, to get a new perspective of how you can create value for your audience. So I work personally best with wedding creatives. I was in the wedding industry previously to launching Dana's Desk, but I like to see and learn from other businesses because I'm in the service-based industry. Weddings are service-based, but I can take the lessons I'm learning and apply them to the wedding industry, pivot them a little bit, refresh them or reframe them. And now I'm providing a unique value to my current customers or my potential customers. It also gives me a chance to test out my wording, my elevator pitches, to see if in a, like basically a safe space of a group of entrepreneurs who are there to do the same thing as I am. So they'll say, that didn't really resonate well. You should probably do it this way or better explain this. And now I have a better way of communicating with potential prospects. I can update my social media copy. I can update my website copy if I need to with new services and things that I'm working on, because now I have that value that's been tested, market researched, and I'm more confident in what I'm providing. So now I have more value to promote with potential clients.
You never know who will be your next client. So let's say that you're making connections at your networking group or however you're making connections online, locally. Think about the value that you're giving to somebody that's going to help them grow. The advice that you can give, anything like, if someone's asking a question like how to do this, how to do that, you are providing value that will help them grow. And then in turn will help you grow as well. Although value does not have to be like a money sign, like right now. But as we always say, you have to create those touch points, create those connections, and then eventually would turn into you as an entrepreneur making money. We're going to say it again and we'll say it forever. Relationships over revenue. The money will follow, but there's this mindset in which you have to get in that will create that for you.
And to sum everything up together, one big pretty bow, to follow the mindset of being curious about a new product service that you can elevate, a new workflow or process that you can enhance your customer journey experience. Then once you're curious about it, make those connections with like-minded individuals that are in it to win it, basically, and will support you in that curiosity and really helping you turn it from as a random idea into an actual business model, but also making connections with people who you think could benefit from your service. And then creating the value for not only them, but secondary audiences. Here's the real world behind the scenes, Dana's Desk, that happened literally yesterday. I sent out a newsletter letting everyone know that I was changing. I'm still doing virtual assisting and providing like business management services on retainer, but I'm also adding one-on-one consulting strategy services where we map out your customer journey, like really deep dive into what that looks like and what your current season of life, how that fits. And then taking that customer journey map and implementing it into a CRM, I focus on Honeybook and like some other organic growth strategies. I sent it out. A nonprofit and many, many other hat wearer woman reached out to me. She was like, I've actually been wanting to get in touch with you for a little while now. Her nonprofit was starting to gain traction. She was like a lot more visibility, a lot more volunteers. Their board was finally growing. So she needed someone to come in and create operations manuals, like really draft them, fill them in, like do the research, training manuals for different things. And I was like, that aligns. It's strategy, it's consulting, it's operations, it fits. And so we met yesterday and she was ready almost immediately for me to send her an invoice to get started. I just launched this idea or concept of one-on-one. I was curious about it. I started reconnecting with previous clients. I shared the value with her because I post regularly on LinkedIn. I've worked with her before, so I definitely showed the value of why I'm amazing. It's not something I say very easily. And that's going to have the potential to really make or break this pivot that I'm making as I continue to show value and show up. So don't be afraid of getting curious about something, even if it doesn't necessarily make sense. Say you're a social media manager right now and you're curious about Facebook and Instagram ads. We'll just go with that one. Okay, well, that's a different niche. You've never done it before, but be curious. Find the tools and resources. Get super resourceful as you research and dive into that possibility. Make connections with those that have made a similar pivot. And then just kind of learn how to create your own unique value to your audience and say, hey, I'm making this change. And 100%, they're going to support you in it. And if not, they weren't your people anyway.
Exactly. The client that I have now, we're kind of just developing the role that I'm helping her with. You know, it's kind of like what I do in a sense, but we weren't really sure what she needed. And then all of a sudden it was like, I need skills training. So you know what I do once a month is I hold skills trainings once a month with a team. She has a team of 7 people and I hold workshops. Skills training has nothing to do with the business. It has to do with the soft skills, communication, time management, emotional intelligence, because all these skills that we talk about, all these skills will forever trickle down from your personal and your professional life. So obviously, I was curious on how this would work. So we implemented it and it's working. So you have to continuously grow and, figure out a way to make things work that align with you and your business.
100%. So our question for you today is, how are you making connections? Are you implementing some sort of strategy for making connections and marketing, even if it's just 10 or 15 minutes a day? Are you solely online? Are you doing a hybrid of in-person networking and virtual? Share with us in the comments, join our Facebook group, and leave your own post there. And just kind of let us know, because we would love to create a resource of networking opportunities to share and send out with our newsletter tied to this episode. So let us know, join the group, and share your resources for making the best connections. Thanks for tuning in to another episode. Remember, soft skills aren't just some fluffy buzzwords that get thrown around in the corporate world. They're the key to unlocking your full potential as a professional and a human being. Don't be afraid to invest in yourself and seek out opportunities to improve your soft skills. Sara and I have a variety of workshops, online courses, and complimentary clarity calls for you to practice in real time with us. Links are always in the show notes. And be sure to join us next time for more insights, tips, and tricks to help you succeed in your entrepreneur encounter.